Hello, my name is Julia Murphy Jones. Thank you, Shiro Coffee Club, for this opportunity to share my military experience. I am so excited, a little nervous, but here goes. Um, I served in the United States Army Reserve for 8 years. I was a 94 Bravo at the time, which is food service specialist, aka cook, for the 822nd MP Military Police Company in Rosemont, Illinois. I started off at 19. It was like a year after high school. Um, I was working at TJ Maxx. Very smart. I had like over credits my senior year, so I think I got bored and I was just working retail. I wanted a little break. I felt burned out, and my dad had noticed like, hey, she's just kind of sitting around, working retail. Like, you're too smart for that. I need you to go to college or go to the military. So I remembered the recruiters being at the school like my junior year, and I wasn't interested. My parents were pushing education. My dad was the eldest of like 15 siblings. He had a football injury in high school, so he was not able to complete high school. He ended up staying at home helping his mom, my grandmother, with his siblings. On the other hand, my mom, she was from LaGrange. She had some college education, so she was just like, I want you to get your education and just be great, be who you God wants you to be. And so I was all ready to embark on college, and we had no money. We didn't have the money. I was the eldest of three living. I had an older sister that passed away at a young age from an asthma attack. So that made me the eldest. And I was just like, well, what am I going to do? You guys don't have school money for me. And so military, it just so happened, I don't know. We didn't have algorithm, I don't think, like back then in the late 89, 90s. And so a recruiter called me and was like, hey, like, we're following up on you to see, would you like to come consider the Army? And I was like, well, I'll go check it out. So I went ahead and went to the the recruitment office. He showed me some things. Um, Again, I didn't have any experience with military. I had a couple of uncles that my aunts married that were Marines or Army, but didn't know much about it. So um, he painted a pretty picture, and I was like, okay, this sounds good. And of course, the incentive was education benefits. So I was on board. I went delayed entry, which means that I signed up at one for 1 month. I signed up at 1 month and then I left like a couple of months later. So I had an opportunity to go with the recruiters to other high schools and just help recruit more people for enlistment. And so that was fun. And went to basic training and I was like, oh my God. It was like, I think I was Private Benjamin. It was funny because I came, I want to say at the time I was little prissy, my nails, my hair. So it was just like I was a target. And then everybody was yelling. And I'm like, why are they yelling? Like, what do they need? What do they need? And so, and they give you like this list of items that you need for like basic training. And when I tell you I had like the biggest suitcase in America, I think I came, they were just like, we have a live one here. So it was funny. It wasn't funny back then, but it was fun. It's funny now just to see. I came prepared, so went through the process. I was very happy because it really built me up. I was always very responsible and disciplined in a sense. And so it just enhanced what my mom and dad had already instilled in me. And um, even just to be away from what I knew, I didn't know anybody. The military had to become my family. I was stationed in New Jersey for basic training and AI, my job training, and it was just interesting. So it gave me some experience. I came home 5 months later. I was called to war, and I freaked out. I was just like, oh my God, and just some things happened, but the transition went, and I did go. I served at Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and that was the first part of the Gulf War in '91, where we went over to Saudi Arabia, and thank God I was fortunate to where I didn't see. I was a part of the operation, but I didn't see like anything detrimental going on. About a year later, I started experiencing some sickness after I came home, and we couldn't figure out what was going on, and I was experiencing some Gulf War syndrome ailments, asthma, migraines, and fatigue, just all kind of stuff. And so that began, 92 began my journey of being a disabled veteran. And over time, I found out that my commitment, even though I did my 8-year term with the military, I'm finding that my purpose seems to be after my military experience, as far as service to the, contracted through the military. And when I say that, I'm saying through advocacy. So I've gone through some things, didn't understand some things, some healing from some things, and I developed a passion to just want to advocate for other veterans and their families, and just enhance the communication skills that are going on with the military and non-military sectors. So I'm here today because I just started volunteering. I am in, I want to say, over 5 veteran-inspired organizations, a couple of female emphasized organizations, and the common ones like Disabled American Veterans and American Legion. And I've been a part of National Women Veterans United, which is here in Chicago, and it has been such a great experience. I'm learning so much about us as a military culture. Again, when you're a reservist, you don't have as much experience on the operations side, the day-to-day. And so I'm just really passionate now, and I'm so glad I met Melissa Farmer, because one of my pastimes is coffee. I love, love, love coffee. And so just to see another veteran be inspired to help other veterans and fulfill her dream and her desire, she has encouraged me so much through this experience, along with so many other veterans that I've met along the way. So I am purposefully wanting to advocate for veterans, military personnel, and their families, just so we can have the greatest days, rest of the days of our life, through our lives, and just have the opportunity to come into everything that is available to us. So thank you for listening to me. I could have had so much more to say, a little nervous, but I appreciate you listening to me, and God bless.